this time. It is working this time. Fantastic. It is working this time. Fantastic. Huzzah. I am live. Huzzah. All right. Oh, I know. You can see so many of me. Okay, so, hello. I am Trakushin. I'm going to draw Goku. Make it simple, right? So, last year I tried to do, this drawing a day thing, and I stopped doing it in about May. But this year I'm going to do it. And the way that I'm going to make it work is that I'm going to try and keep a theme every month. So with the exception of being like special releases or holidays or something. So I know it's New Year's, but I don't care. I'm going to draw baby Goku because I've had a shitty couple of days and I need something nice. So we're going to make a new Photoshop file. So this is intended for Instagram. So I'm going to make it 1080 by 1080, which is kind of DPI. But you can already see the image size is huge for 72 DPI. Whereas if I did 1080 by 1080 at 300, it's much, shit. Okay, I probably should do it at 300, for better quality, but I mean, this is just a quick paint of Goku. So, I have the picture right here for inspiration, and I'm going to be stealing colors from it, but I'm not going to copy it directly. So, this is going to be, make sure you always name your layers. This is going to be the pencils, which I'm going to do nope. Alright, make sure that all the pressure tip is on. That's how you get the cool stuff. See? Wah! Light, fat. Alright, so we're just going to delete that. Here, I'll make one that's a scratch pad. Scratch. Pencil. So I'm kind of doing it the way that I try and do one anyway. So I'm going to just do Goku sitting on his Nimbus cloud. So make it very sketchy. This is not going to look like Toriyama stuff because I'm not Toriyama. I'm not trying to make I'm not trying to make them perfect. And like I said, I'm not Toriyama. The reason I'm doing this is so I can develop my digital painting skills. Because like I can draw, but my digital painting skills kind of suck. So let's have him sit cross-legged because he's Goku, and when he was a kid, even as an adult, he always sits cross-legged. And then he'll put his hands in the front here like that. And he'll be looking out. He's got a tail. This is baby Goku who had a tail. I think Nimbus is a little bit bigger. Actually, you know what? I'm going to find a thing of Nimbus online. So, flying Nimbus Goku. See, this is pretty much the drawing I'm trying to do right here. So yeah, just take the image and I'm not gonna copy it exactly, but it's gonna look pretty similar. So here we go. Here we go. Goku flying Nimbus. So I think what I'm going to do for January is I'm just going to do a whole bunch of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Because Dragon Ball Z makes me happy. And I've had a shitty couple of days. Why? Okay, so I'm going to get, not morbid, but sad here. So warning, I guess. My grandpa died, like, yesterday. And I honestly don't care if anybody even watches this video. I need to almost remember for myself how I feel right now. And it's not like I can't go on. I can easily go on. But in the last couple decades of my grandpa's life, he was 95. So he lived a very, very long time. He became the nicest, kindest, most giving person ever. And that's all I really know of him. I'm 28 now. And if that's how I, saw him my entire life, that's how I'm going to remember him. Of course, like every human on the planet, he had less than perfect days and, got into fights with my dad and stupid shit like that. My dad being his son. But in the last couple decades, he was a pillar of the community. And I guess that's why I'm drawing baby Goku. I know he's, not exactly a baby, but whatever. Because Goku lost his grandpa, Gohan, at a really young age. I know I'm not... Goku was like 10. I'm 28. It's not like it's crazy young or anything, but whatever. He lost his grandpa, who he loved. He was the only person on the planet he had. But I'll, just like Goku, I'm going to keep being happy. I mean, Grandpa Bill lived a very, very long life. And only can hope to live as long as him, And yeah. So, yeah. One thing I love about Toriyama is that all of his characters are, like, kind of chubby. Which is great. Like, I know people think of Dragon Ball as being super not realistic looking, but I think it's one of the most realistic looking animes. Because, like, Bulma is supposed to be, like, really attractive, but... And I think she is. I don't think that she isn't, but... Okay, let's see what the eraser's doing. There we go. Anyway, so, like, in the Namek saga, yeah, Bulma was really chubby. I'm almost like annoyed that in Dragon Ball Super she doesn't look older, because she is supposed to be like 42 or something in that. But I mean, she still got to be young enough to have Bula, so, which is important, especially since Vegeta, like that, like, yeah, Dragon Ball GT had some good stuff in it. I guess just the last parts I want to say about Grandpa is that it's the hardest thing for me is going to be that, oh, I'm still on eraser, is that I'm not going to be able to talk to him anymore. Because, like, I talked to him like a week ago. Like, he just died. Like, he just died. And I guess I wasn't really thinking about how bad he was doing. I didn't really realize it. And then Christmas Eve came along, and we did a FaceTime call with him. And it was obvious. And it was sad. I was there in May. I was at his house out several provinces away from here in May. And he was doing so well. He was driving around. He drove me around. We like saw antelopes and moose, and it was great. Like, he was doing good in May. Like, that's how quick it can happen. I mean, it's not as quick as, like, you know, a tragic death, but... And earlier I was doing laundry, and I started to break down because Grandpa insisted. Like, I had a bunch of fabric that I had bought. Here, I don't want it to have opacity. I just want size. There we go. He was showing me how to, like, do laundry. And I'm like, I'm 28, 27 at the time. I know how to do laundry, but, you know, you let your grandpa show you how to do silly things like that. And then I was just doing my laundry earlier and started cracking up. Not cracking up, not laughing. You know, like cracking. Like, I barely cried when I heard he died. I guess because I cried so much in, like, preparation for it. And then it's hard. And I'm never going to get to talk to him anymore. Because he's gone. And, I mean, I did everything I could. I liked how the ears are so complex in Dragon Ball. Here, let's try this again. Like, all on my own, twice. I went out to see him in his little town in Saskatchewan. Come on, go for it. Come on. Plus, there we go. Anyways, yeah, so I went to see him. And the reason why he was showing me how to do laundry is because I bought a bunch of fabric, like, on sale in Regina. The ears in Dragon Ball are so funny looking. So yeah, that's the story of Grandpa. Well, at least last time I talked to him. Well, no, that was the last time I saw him. Actually, no, last time I saw him was for Canada Day. And a good amount of my family was there, so that was nice. But there was a moment when we were driving away that I was like, this is the last time I'm going to see Grandpa alive, and I was right. Don't you hate it when you have, like, premonitions like that? Or feelings, gut feelings, and they turn out to be true, and even though they're bad feelings. Of course, first thing I did after I heard about that was call my other grandparents and made sure I told them that I love them. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff. So, I guess let's just talk about happy, pleasant things regarding Grandpa Bill. Ooh. As I speak to no one because nobody's watching, but whatever. Probably for the best. He was a World War II vet. He served on D-Day. He was in the Air Force, the Royal Canadian Air Force. Hell, he was in the Air Force so early, it wasn't even called the RCAF. It was called he was in the RAF because there wasn't an RCAF yet. He has a D-Day medal. He went to the war really early with his brother. But he wasn't there until 1945. I think he was part of the group that came back in 1944 when the European part of the war was done. I'm not sure how many Canadians even went to the Pacific Theater. I know there's a lot of Canadians that were very important in the Western Theater, though. And still have this Luger that he brought back. Oh my god! Goku! Kind of like the sketchy look, so I'm going to keep it a bit. Okay, and then we got I always like to think Goku's hair looks kind of like a palm tree. Because it totally does. It totally looks like a palm tree. Okay, important part is to get the curve. And then a little bit of hair sticking out because it's Goku. Got a little bit of hair sticking out. You monkey boy. Little monkey boy. And the big part of his hair right here. Kind of a, oh yeah, right, I can do, there we go, that might be easier. Yeah, it's fine. It'll let me rotate it a little bit and then I can change it back. That's good. It doesn't get stuck. All right. Okay, and then this part of, oh, nope, oh, that. So I love the show. I love Dragon Ball Z Abridged. It's one of my favorite things. And the most recent episode was like Broly. And I agree with them. The Broly movies kind of suck. No, I want Happy Goku. Let's erase that. Also, let's erase some of the inside lines. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I kind of decided I actually do like the sketchy eraser line look. Cool. Because this is a speed painting. This isn't something I'm going to spend a huge amount of time on, because I'm going to plan on doing one of these every day for this year. This is one of those cases where you have to just kind of like be like, yeah, this is good enough. Let's do it. Here, what's that other picture of him? The Nimbus Cloud one. See one of Goku smiling. Kidgoku. Let's see one of him smiling. There we go, that's a good one. Here we are. I mean, it's not going to be a perfect Goku with such little time. But that's why you... Yeah, so this, again, I'm doing this to not make perfect drawings, but to make my skill better and try different styles. That's why I'm starting with Dragon Ball, because it almost looks more like Goten than it does Goku. Whatever, it's still Dragon Ball Z. Still good enough. Oop, kind of goobered it a little bit there. There we go, that's cute. Yeah, all about the cute. Okay, so let's just draw his costume on really simple. That's another thing I've always loved about Dragon Ball Z, is they're simple costumes, but they've got a lot of texture to them. Now let's draw the hand. Again, I'm just going to do the rest of this really simple. Spent a lot of time on the face. Let's see what the... Okay, he's got a black belt on. Meal if you were talking. I don't believe that I'm watching. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Everything is in my way. I basically taught myself how to draw with Dragon Ball Z as a kid, so I'm still kind of, you know, remember the kind of shape of everything. But at the same time, like, I, again, haven't really done it much since I was a kid. Actually, yeah, it's informed a lot of how I draw clothing, actually. Maybe not how I draw, like, people and faces and stuff, but the way that they did clothing, that Akira Toriyama did clothing in Dragon Ball, I really like it. I mean, I really love the clean lines, too, and the bright colors, because Dragon Ball is well known for having bright colors. Even Dragon Ball Z, even when it's being serious. Friezel's still bright purple. He's scary as hell, but he's still bright purple, which is one of the reasons why as a kid I thought he was a girl, but also because the Canadian voice acting of Dragon Ball Z made him sound feminine. I really wish Frieza was a girl. Don't you think? Wouldn't that be so cool that the biggest bad in all of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball in general, I guess, was a chick? That'd be so cool. Ugh. Yeah, I'm giving myself a hand cramp, clearly, because I'm not used to doing this, so let's not grip the pen so hard. It doesn't need to be gripped so hard. But the eraser, let's turn that off and give the opacity a little bit lower. There we go. Nah, let's just give it full opacity. At the point where I want to clean it up a little bit. Which didn't require so much pen pressure. Maybe I'm sure there's something where you can change that. Oh, that was part of the Nimbus cloud. Alright, let's be happy with that. Clean this up a little bit. Yeah, so like if you give the impression of detail like you just did with the fingers there, sometimes that's enough. You don't need to go into more detail than that. Hence, you know, our term impressionist. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's change this back to needing opacity. Though I'm sure somebody will be like, that's not how Impressionism works. And I'm like, I don't really care. Holding you and letting me stay. Shelf in the room. It's so true. I can't lie. Yeah, that's cute. Alright. It's, you know what? I'm not even going to try and do his badge because it's not important. But I am going to fix his ear by doing a copy-paste function. So let's Command J to copy. Hey, it's already cool. Alright, so his ear is a little bit too far away from his head. So I'm going to take this entire section and move it further in. See how that already looks so much better? Perfect. And it looks a little bit derpy, but we can just fix that with some overlay and erasing. There we go, much better. His ear doesn't look nearly as derpy, though his hair looks a bit funny, but I don't care at the moment. Okay, let's make that Nimbus cloud not look so dumb and then color this puppy in. There we go. So it looks like it's nice and poofy. Alright, so let's almost feel like all this detail I should do in orange. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I have this thing called SIP, which is great for picking up colors. Alright, so let's call this Nimbus. No, the layer. Come on, layer. Nimbus. Okay. So now I'm just going to... Cool. Alright, now let's just color this puppy in. I really suck at squiggly lines, which seems weird. I'm really good at like the, nice flowy lines. Alright, let's make the brush nice and big. There we go, nice. Get a good chunk of that away, but still the basic shape. So I'm going to keep this pencil layer. I'm going to kind of use it like it's an ink layer where it goes over top. But not the cloud stuff. There we go. Now it's just a tiny hint of it there. Bet some of you can't even see it. Okay. Thing, but you know it's so hard to be yourself than me. You know, use the word that you like. Oops. Yeah. See that the world you know is the world left behind. Can see that the world you know is the world left behind. See, my squiggly lines are very obviously like pen strokes, but if I do like the sketchy thing, it looks nice. And I turned on full opacity so that because it's the Nimbus, it's Dragon Ball, it's very, yeah, see, I suck at that. But that's okay. If you do enough of the squiggly lines, like, on top of each other, then let's turn opacity back on. So we can kind of get the layering. All right, and I will do a background too. It'll be just a sky because it's you know. And this looks like dog hair. Okay, it's a really derpy looking Nimbus. I still don't have like perfect control over this. If I was doing this with pencil, it'd probably look a bit better. I feel like I might have a paintbrush that would work for this. There we go. Scattering. Texture. Oh, that's so cool. See, this is what I need to like learn more of. No. I've got tons of things in here. Let's do the sky. Nah, it's more of like a filler inner. I don't want to spend too much time doing this. Ah! There's that bokeh and fire, and then this is like what? Yeah, it's bokeh circles. It's cute! No, I don't... Jeez. No, 14 pixels. Okay, whatever. Let's just do it like this. Okay, that's turning out a bit better. Yeah, let's just try real simple. Thing was hidden apparently. Okay, let's not spend too much time on the stupid cloud. Alright, so the other color, no, there we go, is this. Golden Glow. Good name. Okay, and on top of the nimbus. So, what do I want to do? Let's do it, darken, so it won't cover it. Like, color it in. No, that's not. Let's try that again. This is darken. This is just normal. Okay. There we go. Let's take that off. Okay, so now I'm going to do something fun. I am going to now change this to a mixer. No, yeah, mixer brush. So let's go moist light mix. Make this a bit smaller. Let's make it dry. Oh, that's cool. Doesn't quite look the same. Oh, no wonder it's not doing that. See what I meant about learning it? Sure as hell learning it. Or attempting to. Let's try wet light mix. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's cool. Okay, I'm happy with that. Nimbus looks pretty cool. Take a drink. All right, so let's lock it so I don't kill it. Do you hear them sing? Well, dig again. All right, so I'm going to do something I don't usually do when I try to do a paint, and that is do all the paint on the same layer. I don't often do that, so I want to try doing that. And I know Dragon Ball Z is hard lines, and that's why it's, in my opinion, a great choice for like tattoos and stuff. But all right, color in the skin first. Okay, no. Column not. Oh. Jeez, I can't even tell if I'm coloring that in. Okay, let's do solid for the first. Start with solid. That's a good idea. Sure, I have that open. Yeah, so I'm going to start with the face. Okay. Ugh! I keep forgetting to sips up here. Carmine pink. Goku's tongue is carmine pink. Okay, the one that's not working. Nah, it looks stupid. Damn it. Keep forgetting what layer I'm on. Whatever. Good enough for me. Alrighty. I'm of the opinion that you should, you know, properly color things in. Don't let me do the automatic erases, like the undos. It's not letting me do that. Mac must be grumpy. Then I don't know why. Alright, let's make this smaller and make it proper. Yeah. Anything over the face I'll do in a minute. Right now let's just shade the face. Flame Pea. It's a weird name. Oh, good. So all the hair stuff I was doing was mostly on the pencil copy, so that's good. It's already on top. Okay, that's super dark. That's why. Gets me around, everybody's gone. Opening 'cause I am numb from the fall. It's time for me to make a little change. Not to change at all. I will not die born. I will not go down. This is not my home. It feels at all that I will not die born. I will not go down. This is not my home. And it feels at all. And it feels at all. And it feels at all. Oh. Woo. That's not good. Like, when I say I'm going to do, like, special days where it's not the theme of the month, I'm going to do things like, for Star Wars Episode 8, I'll do one, like a really elaborate one of Old Man Luke with the metal hand and things like that. Okay, I'm going to erase this part of the ear a little bit. It's way too dark. This part too. Ah, crap-tastic. There we go. Keep doing that. That's silly. Alright, now let's do some blending. Okay, let's do mode. No. Mixer brush. Let's do wet, light mix. And a bit smaller. Didn't do what I wanted it to. Okay. This is not doing what I wanted to. See, this is me learning it. It's like, what's going to happen? It's also being slow. That's why. It's got black on it. Just like a real paintbrush. Okay, Photoshop is hating me right now. Oh my god. Apparently it doesn't like the whole brush thing. Ugh. This is already longer than 30 minutes. I'm supposed to only take 30 minutes on these. You know what? Let's just do the opacity trick instead of doing the mixer brush. God damn it. Let's just finish this stupid drawing of Goku already. So yeah, this is what I like to call the opacity trick, where it looks like you're blending, but you are actually just covering it with a lighter color, but in a lower opacity, which is pretty darn common with this Photoshop painting stuff. And I've also it's not just opacity, it's also got the a pressure opacity on the pen tool. Granted, I'm no expert in this. I'm just learning. And I'll do a fast motion of this when I'm done. Okay. It's good enough. Let's do the hair. Yeah, I'm only supposed to, let myself do 30 minutes. So that will be for next time. Thing is with Dragon Ball hair is that it's very pointy. Because it's very pointy, it definitely has to be on another layer so you can erase from it. Which is exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, let's do the eraser thing. Oh my god. There we go. Very cute Goku. Well, except for this part up here is kind of stupid looking. we go. Look, I know this isn't a perfect drawing, but it's, you know, that's the point, is to, you do this, even if it's kind of stupid looking, you do it to improve your skill. And it's not a perfect drawing, but it's good enough. All right, cool. So let's do his gi. Yeah, sure. Let's do the blue one. And I changed my mind. I'm going to have different layers so I don't schmutz it up. There's no reason why not. Oh. Alright, that doesn't matter. Duh. Yeah, so just do it really, I'm just doing it really fast here. Both because I want to get it done, but also, gather walk down, so don't let go. 'Cause I wanna know. I wanna know. It's the way. I'm not looking forward to running it away today. And I'll do the opacity thing again. And then realize I didn't have the opacity on there for a bit. And yes, I know he doesn't wear the symbol on the blue gi. I will fix. Sometimes on bigger drawings, I'll color in like sections that I'm listening to music on my headphones so I can choose different music when I post this to YouTube. Cool. And then let's do white, but I don't want to do it at full opacity because it's already kind of, you know, underneath stuff. Yeah, let's actually do this over top of the skin. Good enough. I'll do one more once over. Nope. Okay, so the background's going to be like super duper duper quick. I'm just going to clean up the tail a little bit. Oh yeah, and also the hand things. Okay. Yes, lust. Perfect way to describe Goku. I guess he has a lust for fighting. Let's see if anybody's talking to me. Oh, hi. Apparently somebody is doing a combo breaker thing on my feed here. Hello, people. Apparently 6 people are watching me. Yay! Hello, people. Combo breaker? Okay. Apparently we're playing Mortal Kombat, even though I'm drawing a Dragon Ball character. That would be something that'd be fun to see in Mortal Kombat, a Dragon Ball character. To, like, see Vegeta rip somebody's spine out. It's morbid, but it's kind of funny. He would totally do it too. It's Vegeta. I will get to Vegeta this month. That's the goal. Sep. I always forget. There we go. Yeah. Yes, I finally found a reason. I don't need an excuse. It's time on my hands, all the one to abuse. Finally found a reason. I don't need an excuse. All the one to abuse. Next to me, won't let it be. Won't you touch me, touch me? Heard you before. See. Let it go. Oh, I realized that a new episode of Sherlock came out today. I should probably do Sherlock. I'll do it for the series finale. And do like a, illustration of Cumberbatch or something. As, Sherlock. Now he looks like he has a mustache. Or black lipstick on. That was way too heavy of a line. Goku has black lipstick on. Oh my god. Let's try that again. That was way too heavy of a line for the mouth. Okay. Let's make it 5. 6 is fine. Okay, let's, I can see how tiny this picture actually is. I should have made it a lot bigger. But oh well, lesson learned for next time. You can see how pixelated it is when I get super close. But that also makes it smaller, which makes it easier processing for my machine, which is, it's from 2012. It's old. It's an old computer. Cool. Very happy with that. Yeah, okay. It looks, honestly, it looks kind of like Goku from Super Saiyan, from Dragon Ball GT. More than anything. Sorry for the camera move. I needed to move my laptop so I could actually see some of the, because there's a glare, I guess. Alright, let's make it big. Let's erase all the lines in the floating nimbus. The flying nimbus. No. Because we don't need the lines on the flying nimbus. Okay. Let's finish off the tail, and then we're done with Goku. Okay, and just cover that up with black. That's fine. Don't need to get the blue. Alrighty. Tail. What? No, I didn't do it right. There we go. Come on, layer 1, tail. And we'll put him at the back, because he is at the back, coming out of his hindquarters. Alright, let's steal the color. Kenyan copper. That's what I like about SIP. It tells me, it names things, it gives things colors, names. It's really funny. It's too bad that SIP doesn't exist for Windows. It's a Mac only. And when I replace this computer, I might actually get another Mac. I know, right? I hate saying that, but SIP is really nice. It's really useful. But I'm sure there are definitely like color picker programs on Windows, but they're not nearly as cool or as nice as SIP is. But maybe I could like try and convince the guys from SIP to make a Windows version, because Mac has kind of been sucking in the last couple years with pretty stupid innovations like an iPhone that has no headphone jack. I'm like, I sure as hell hope that their iPod version of the iPhone has a headphone jack, because that's the point of the iPod. I know, it's silly, right? Okay, then another color on the tail is right there. Okay, and then, alright, I need to Command V there. Shade of his body, shade of the tail. And then the, trick with the colors. And right now his tail's looking like a solid lump, but I'll fix that. I will fix that. Here, I'll fix it a little bit right now. It's not doing the hair thing the way I'd like it to, but that's okay. There we go. Looks pretty hairy. Alright, and I think it's funny that his tail looks hairier than his hair. And then we're going to go on that guy, and then do the opacity trick for shading. Then we'll get the dark brown again to do the same thing but in the other direction. Okay. Alright, it's good enough. It's Goku's tail. I was going to be looking at his tail. Alright, so I would like to give the hair a little bit of color to it. And I'm just going to put it on its own layer called hair shade. Yeah, so I'm a professional web designer, developer, so I use Photoshop a lot. I just don't paint with it so much. So that's too much. There. So I'm not super used to painting with it. Much more used to like doing graphic art. You know, things like posters and websites and stuff like that. Cool. Alright, I'm happy with that. Let's see what the comments have to say. Killer Instinct. Alright, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Sounds like you're talking about video games. Also, hello Seth, it's wonderful to see you. Since nobody was here when I started the broadcast, I'm going to attempt the drawing a day again this year, but instead I'm going to do speed paintings on the pen tablet, which this did not turn out to be a speed painting. I think I've been doing this for like 2 hours, so that's definitely not a speed painting. I'm very rusty and my hand's super cramped right now. I've also burned my finger. You can see there's a burn there. Like I spilled boiling soup all over my hands because I'm a smart person. All right, so let's give it some sky. This one's easy. I don't need to copy anything. There we go. Let's just paint. Let's use an actual paintbrush for this one. Like that, good days are behind me. No, it's supposed to get better than this. Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find. Look at his face. In yourself, the fantasy. The truth there. In time, and you're two different things. Begin by where you live. I feel like I'm living where no one can find me, and I don't know how I've landed here. Sometimes I feel like those good days are behind me. The road's supposed to get better than this. Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, 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 give and open your eyes. Let yourself never fall down. Really learn how to fly. Now you will find a way. Today. I don't know what I'm doing in the background. It's kind of stupid. I think I'm going to like fade it out a bit once I'm done with whatever I'm trying to do here. Can't find me and you don't know how I've landed here. Sometimes I feel like those good days are behind me. Is the road supposed to get better than this? Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find. Oh yeah, it's the same damn dirty road I've been when where no one can find me. They don't know how I've landed here. Sometimes I feel like those good things are behind me. Is the road supposed to get better than this? Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find. Yes, I will find a way. Okay, there. It doesn't look nearly as stupid as it did before. Probably should have separated the sky from the land, but whatever. All right, let's make this nice and huge, and just waha. There we go. Cool. Anime speed lines. Alright, cool. I like that. Took so long to make this. If I lead is getting through to me. I won't take this. Took so long to get rid of this. Anything is everything to me. What I said in time. Rolling out, I don't know where you are. Than what it seems. Why does it get missed? Alright, now for the blurry bits. Oh, not color replacement. There we go. Egg back. Too big. Alright, so I'm going to have to erase a bit of the Nimbus. He looks a little bit derpy. Okay, let's, no, an eraser. Mostly I just want to get rid of this kind of blurry looking line here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, cool. I'm happy with that. Huzzah! There we go. I'm gonna check the comments. Well, holy shit. Gaming Fear just donated $100? Wow, thank you. That's amazing. Now I have to figure out how to get that money. I'm kind of new to this, but holy shit, man. That's like... Sorry, I've just got like the chills now. Like, holy shit. Thank you. For that $100, you get to request the next drawing. How about I'll do that? Every $100 or $50 even, people can request drawings. Sorry, I'm just like, holy shit. Thank you, Gaming Fear. I'm going to follow you now. That's kind of insane. Here, let me just do that right now. And you can, oh, it's the Matrix. There we go. I followed you and added you as a friend because you gave me $100 and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do with that. Also, I'm not entirely sure how to get it. So we'll figure that out later. But shit, holy shit, man. Pardon my French. I shouldn't swear because I want to put this on like the kid channels. I'll have to edit that out when I'm putting it on YouTube. Okay, now I have to sign it and then save it and then I'm going to post it on Instagram. Alright, so I'm going to put the signature on its own because I always fuck it up somehow. Again, I shouldn't swear. I want to put this on the kid channels. Sig. There we go. Alright, so traditional spot to put your signature is, of course, the right-hand corner. But first I'm going to crop this to a smaller crop. With Goku still, of course, in the center because it's Goku and it's the focus of the drawing. Alright, let's, there. So we can still see the kind of S of the Nimbus. And now I'm going to sign it. So, this part always don't do this well whenever I'm on, whenever I do it on this. So let's just, there we go. Yay, I signed it. Cool Zors. I was thinking of like typing, because it is on Photoshop, like what the picture's from. Yeah, let's do that. So my signature obviously has to be like that, but let's type in my font I always use, which is Century Gothic. Century Gothic regular. Kid Goku, that is way too big. Alright, Kid Goku, let's not make it ginormous like that. 14 points, let's see how big that is. Yeah, that's doable. Kid Goku. Left hand. There we go. Kid Goku from Dragon Ball. Does Dragon Ball have an uppercase B? I don't know. Here, also you can't see my face very well. There we go. Dragon Space Ball. Spaceballs! I should do a Spaceballs drawing. That'd be fun. Dragon Ball. Needs some kerning fixed there. Like, I like Century Gothic, but it's got some derpy kerning sometimes. Kid Goku, Dragon Ball, January 1st, not 2017. January 1st, 2017. When I first started doing this, I had, like, which number, like, it was of the drawings, but now I'm not going to do that. All right, let's see if that looks decent the way it is. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Let's make it look good. Oh, here, let's put my name on it. There we go. There's my name. I am Jessica. Cool. Now I will save this and put it in Instagram. So this is a really good trick for saving for website pages. You go Shift, Option, Command, Save. It's the same on Windows. It's Shift, Option, Command. I do not want PNG. I want JPEG Max. JPEG Maximum. Cool. Apparently it's 953 by 953 because I cropped it. And then we're going to put it into Drawing a Day 2017. Let's make a January folder. And then instead of entitled 1, let's call it Kid Goku. Okay. And then File, Save As, Kid Goku Jan 1. All right, cool. All right, well, thank you, wonderful people on Twitch, especially, what's his name? Gaming Fear for donating. I am going to try and do this every day at 9 p.m. If only, to practice my skills. So yeah, that was way longer than it should have been. Next time I will actually have a timer on to make sure that I stick within the 30 minutes of the drawing time. But yeah, I wanted to practice and start with something I love, which is Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, there you are. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.